Hello everyone. So this is the Leetcode problem number 560. Subarray sum equals k. Given an array of integer nums and an integer k, return the total number of subarrays whose sum equals to k. A subarray is a contiguous non-empty sequence of elements within an array. So let's take an example. If we have the input num is equal to 111, the k should be 2. The k is 2 and the output should be 2. The second example goes like if we have the num, say we have the 1 2 3 and the k is 3, we should have the output as 2. Now let's go to the whiteboard and understand how to solve this problem. So this was the example. Num is equal to triple one and k is equal to 2. The output is 2. How did we got 2? Because we can get the sub array, and if we sum both sub array we get the 2. Okay, so the count is 2, so we return as output as 2. So the brute force would be like we are using the two for loops for computing the sum. One for loop is for computing the sum, and second for loop is for counting it. So the time complexity would be like a big of n square, and so to optimize it, we will use the prefix sum method. Where what does prefix sum do? If we have the sum I and j, the prefix sum of that would be prefix sum of j minus prefix sum of I minus 1. Uh, so how does and what is prefix sum of j minus prefix sum of I minus 1? Let's say it. If we have the array and we have the value 1 2 3 4 5 6, and I is equal to let's assume it I is equal to 4 and j is equal to 6. So prefix sum of I, so prefix sum of I is from 1 till 6, because we are defining j is equal to 6. So prefix sum of j is 1 to 6, and prefix sum of I minus 1 is 1 to 3. So if we subtract both, we will get this. We will get the sum of these elements. So let's see how would it work. If we have the sum and a count, so we are just storing the sum here, and the count is, and we are storing the count here. So let's for the initial value we would store the 0 and 1. So we are starting from 1. So for 1 the sum is only 1 and the count is 1. For 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and we are subtracting 3 minus 3. So 3 minus 3 we came from this uh, prefix sum minus prefix sum of I minus 1, which is equal to k. So this is the k, and this is the current sum. So 0 is present. So 0 is present in the hash map. We will use the hash map for storing the sum and count. So 0 is present in the hash map for, so we will just increment the count. So now and we would uh, and we would store the sum. We got the 3, so we would store, and the count is 1. Now let's move to the 2 3. So we got the sum as a 3, and we will add 3 is equal to 6, and then we will subtract from k. 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. The 3 is present over here, so we would just increment the count. Then we will iterate it from 6 plus 4 is equal to 10, and 10 minus 3 is equal to 7, so 7 is not present here over here. Then 10 minus 5, 10 minus 5 is 15, 15 minus 3 is 12, 12 is 12 doesn't present here, so we will just add the 15 and the count is 1. And 15 plus 6 is equal to 21, 21 minus 3 is equal to 18, so 18 it doesn't present here, so we will just put the entry here and the count is 1. So after that we will just get the total count. Total count is 2. Why? Because 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and we have the 3 whole 3, so the count is 2. Now let's move on to the uh, Leetcode and solve this. So we are taking the hash map over. First we are defining the hash map. Then we are defining the two variables, current sum and total sum. So we are traversing the array. This is the method called for each. So we are just adding the num. Then we are checking the condition if some count dot contains key current sum minus k. Then we would get an increment count. So we made some mistake over here. We just need to put initial value. Then we are subtracting. Then what we will do is we have the total sum, sum count. And we will get this. We will just add it over here. Then we will put currentSum or sum dot get or default currentSum 1. Oh, sorry. Then we will just return uh, the total sum. So the time, let's run this, then we will discuss about the time complexity. Okay, it is accepted. So the time complexity, we are just traversing it. So the time complexity is big O of n. We have reduced it from the big O of n square to the big O of n. Okay, hope you have understood it. Thank you. Please subscribe this channel. Have a big heart. Have a big heart and subscribe this small channel. Thank you.